So this is the moment that we've all been waiting for, but it won't be easy. If there's a version of you want it to be, if there's a life that you want it to have, now it is more possible and more likely for that life, that version of you to come into form, but it will not be easy. So currently there's a lot of stuff happening. There's a lot of things in flux. In my view, from my vantage point, everything is in flux. And if you look in a variety of places, it seems like the rules have also kind of been suspended. The rules, the typical expectations and social contracts have just been obliterated. And so whereas some people are attempting to capitalize on that in negative ways, I think for the rest of us, it means that we can hold fast to what we want to be and trust more fully that we can become it, that we can experience it. But amid all of this, what's going to happen is there are going to be so many things to pull on your energy. There are going to be so many things to distract you. And I think I might do another video about how to navigate this particular year and this transition period that we're all kind of going through, in addition to this one. But the big thing is that your energy and your identity is becoming of extreme importance to safeguard and to, at your discretion, direct. I think one of the greatest illusions that society successfully and persistently pulls off is that individuals and that we as people are more powerless than we actually are. I think the idea that we can, as individuals, more powerfully direct where we want to go, and as a collective, more authoritatively determine what can stand and what won't, causes us to shrink into ourselves and operate as if we're weak when we're not. And so all of the energy and all of the attention that we don't save and utilize for ourselves gets spent and utilized everywhere else. Like, I personally, at this point, I personally hate Instagram. A few months ago, their platform interface changed to where Reels sit between your feed and your messages. So there are more touch points and ways to interact with Reels and content than before. And of course, it's by design. And then I'm scrolling through the feed and it is all ads. It's all ads. Like, it's all ads. But what I'm noticing is that I very often on that particular platform get lost amid the stuff. I'll see something about astrology that's interesting. I'll see a take about society that is interesting. And I'm like, wait, what was I doing? And so initially, whenever the change happened, I, like most people, were like frustrated and annoyed. Like, why did you do this? Why did you change a perfectly decent interface? And now I can see more viscerally why. And I have to give it to him. It's been successful. Like, I think my usage is more scattered. Like, I'm just being fed things and my attention is the worse for it. And so I think we've heard in a number of places that if the platform or the thing is free, you're the product. And so you wonder, how do these platforms and all these things make money? And it's just like, oh, by attention. So the connection between where we focus and what our energy is directed towards isn't so mysterious as it's often easy to think. Additionally, there's a whole conversation about the human shadow and the things that individually and collectively we are either unwilling to face or that we can't see in ourselves become fuel for the machine. But that's another video and that's another topic. But like, all of this is connected. But what this signifies to me is that there are, I was going to say a lot more moving pieces, but it feels like all of the pieces are moving. And so given that the game has become much more about attention, not only in terms of like, let me have your attention so I can utilize it for my purposes, but if you in the collective don't have our focus, don't have our own direction set, we don't go where I think unconsciously we all really want to go, which is this moment. In this moment, I think that most of society systems no longer work for us, work no longer works for us, and they're working very swiftly to make human labor obsolete. Money has become everything that it's become. And the game seems to be, hey, 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 look over here, look over here, look over here. While we do this stuff over here, because if you're focused, if you're clear about what you want to have, and B, you don't move in the direction that feels, one, natural, but two, that is in step and in harmony with where consciousness is going, with where the universe is going, with where as individuals who have gotten fed up before we get on these colorful apps would like to go. So in this moment, I want you to focus on and prioritize a few things. One, your attention. Like the adage has been said a million times, where your attention goes, energy flows. So if you have dreams, if you have goals, if you have things that you are interested in building or creating or working on, even if you aren't taking daily steps, think about those things. Put your perspective and your mind on those things. Like, this is always a disgusting kind of revelation, but go on your phone's settings and look at how much time you're spending in screen time on various apps or just the phone in general. And don't judge yourself for this, because I looked, mine was 7 hours. Yuck. So I'm just tethered the whole day. But instead of saying, oh, that's bad, I need to do a complete dopamine detox, that would be effective and helpful, if not hard. But just try to take back an hour from that. Try to take back an intentional 30 minutes from that and direct it somewhere else. Like, if the game is starving, if the game is hijacking attention, in what way can you say you pass on, like, breakfast attention? Like, okay, I'm gonna pass on this, I'll get back to all the stuff at lunchtime, and I'm gonna direct this way. Or your afternoon snack of attention, I'm gonna pass on the typical Instagram after lunch or whatever, and direct it towards this other thing. And then as you continue to do this, as you take these small movements forward, that attention stacks up, and then you fed the thing that you want to feed with energy that will otherwise be spent and wasted on God knows what. Which leads me to the second thing, small steps. Like, I know that there feels like this pressure, like, oh gosh, everywhere we turn, like, it feels like, at least for me, I'm being told, you need to know this, you need to be able to explore this, you need to be skilled in this. This thing is important now. And it can feel like there's way too much stuff that I need to be proficient in this particular moment. I can't express enough how important small, consistent steps are. Like, just take small steps. In a video I will tag at the end, I will talk a little bit more about, like, the direction, but small steps are very, very important and necessary and valuable, because the alternative is not going anywhere. And, like, if you take 10 small steps, you look back and you're like, wow, I have moved from where I was to where I am now. And then you feel bolstered and encouraged and motivated whenever all you were doing was doing the smallest thing that you could think of and fit in this time after whatever, in between whatever. And finally, patience and persistence. You want to keep showing up to the thing. You want to keep showing up to create. You want to keep showing up to what you want to be possible, to what you hold as possible and satisfying and desirable in this moment when everything is in flux and everything is changing. So with persistence, I don't mean the dogged persistence that I'm going to ring this bell over and over and over again until I get to where I'm going or become what I want to be. I mean the persistence of just simply showing up to the thing. Like, I am sitting at my desk to do this thing even though I don't feel it yet. I have opened up the document and just put a couple words on there to just set myself up in case something happens. And then with that persistence, add a little patience. Think of it like meeting a friend. Like, let's say you're going to a bar, you're going to archery, personal favorite, a dance. I don't know if people, the club, whatever. And you go there and you wait for 3.5 minutes, or you get there and the friend is not there and you don't wait more than 5 minutes. You say, I'm out of here. Like your friend is like, whoa, like this was supposed to be a fun thing. I was on the way. Like, why didn't you give me a little bit of extra time? You're like, nope, I had to get out of there because you didn't show up the moment that I need you, that we said that we would be there, or like whatever. Think about creativity and ideas like that. Like if you set up your station, if you set up your work, be patient. Give it a few minutes. Maybe play a little music and just like be in the space of what you want to do, and allow creativity, allow insight, allow perspective to meet you in this enjoyable and satisfying and ready state of being, so that you can offer something that is valuable, useful, and that serves you. So you want to guard your attention. Like, okay, let me take a little bit of attention back because I've been giving y'all a lot. Like everywhere I go, there's a breaking news and a headline. How can I take a little bit of that attention back? In what way can I take small, consistent steps towards this thing? Like, what is the smallest thing that I can do that, one, satisfies my forward movement or forward momentum, but it also informs me that I am being and doing the thing because I'm taking these steps. And then finally, how can I be persistent? How can I just show up, not doggedly, not like a personal trainer is screaming at you, but just like, oh, it's just a thing that I do where I just show up every day and just like open up a Word doc and then see what happens. And then just wait for your friend to arrive. Wait for your friend to arrive and then see what gets created. And I think that consistently with the time that we're in will yield dividends and fruit and opportunities that you have no idea can serve you. So get out there, realize and remember that all of this stuff has now turned into an obstacle course where the ground is treadmills. Keep your attention, keep your focus, and go to the best of your ability. And I am thrilled to see where you end up, where I end up, where we end up. Take heart. Like, this moment is where we're going would have required some version of this. So don't be distracted by everything happening. Run your race, and I think that we'll be okay. I'm Melvin. Thank you so very much for your time. And I will talk to you in the next one, especially because I said that like the next one is like kind of connected to